Welcome to the Prospectors Radio Show, the talk show for our community. Please welcome Rich Cooley, Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton, Kathleen Biffle, and your host, Tim Grimes.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another edition of Prospector Radio. I'm your host, Tim Grimes. Joining me tonight, I got Rich Cooley, the Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton, and Scott Swiftwater Toney's here also. What's going on, guys? Man, it's been a little bit.
Yeah,
enjoying the warm weather.
Well, Rich, you've been gone for 2 shows. You've been hunting, though, right?
Yeah, I ended up getting one, and I had another one, but couldn't find it. Lost the blood.
Well, at least you got some meat in the freezer, though, now, right?
Yep, I got one in the freezer. Fired it up today.
So you're a happy man, ain't you?
Yep.
Now you got to wait, and gun season opens next, right?
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Oh, you just went down on archery.
Yeah, that went Friday. Yep, archery closed yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Rich, you use a crossbow, or do you use compound, or what?
I used both.
All right.
See?
I shot mine with the crossbow this time.
Well, at least you got one. You got some deer meat in there.
I have 2 regular bows and 2 crossbows.
Yeah. So now a little break, and then get ready for gun season.
Yep, right after Thanksgiving, the first Monday, or first Saturday after Thanksgiving, we'll start deer.
Right, yeah. And then you going back to the cabin again, right?
Yeah, I won't be around for that show either.
Roger. We got you. I always know, so just in case
That will be, what, the 30th, I think?
I don't even know. I have no clue.
The 1st.
The 1st?
December 1st.
December. It's already going into December. Jesus. Christmas is like next month, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that ridiculous?
I know, right?
Isn't it? It's like already Christmas time. I don't know. I can't.
Hopefully next weekend I'm going to be making some deer ring bologna.
Some what? Deer ring bologna?
Venison ring bologna. Mm-hmm. Some with cheese, some without.
Well, let us know how it comes out, man. All right. You're going to be making it during the show like you sometimes do?
Yeah.
Fire up the smoker. Keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I'll fire it up Sunday morning.
All right. Well, cool. Well, man, we're glad you're back, Rich. Like I said, we missed you. Are you going to do a Cooley's Corner tonight?
Yep. Tonight we're going to talk about riffles.
Riffles.
Mm-hmm.
That's
For a minute, I thought he said ruffles. I was like, what?
No, not ruffles.
Ruffles.
Riffles in your sluice box.
Sluice ruffles. That'll work.
Cool.
It's been, like I said, it's been 2 weeks since we've had Rich here, so welcome back, Rich, man. We're glad you're here, buddy. Yeah.
Thank you.
And looking forward to some Cooley's Corners. Sit back, take it easy, and chime in. Dennis, you were Mr. at the pit today, wasn't you?
Oh man, it was a good day today. We went, Dustin and myself. We were at the new pit, and we finished getting the sand screw cleaned out, and then we started working on, because there's another screw right beside it, which isn't quite as big, but it's a double screw, and the blades on it are a lot thicker. It's almost like twin propellers on an airplane. You know, they kind of line up with each other, and it pulverizes the clumps. And what it is when they get down to bedrock, you know, when they hit that clay layer, and everybody knows, you know, how the gold, you know, drops to the bottom and settles. Well, guess, you know, they say on clay, guess where what the gold sticks to? Sticks to the clay.
Right.
So we got that, and it's just awesome. I mean, it's, you know, it breaks up the clay, and all the heavies drop to the bottom of it, and we started just started on it. We didn't actually get it all. We just got a little teeny tiny bit of it cleaned out, but
right.
It was sun come out, was like right at close to 50, and you know, it was really. And speaking of pit stuff, because we were talking about going back to the other pit next weekend. But I know who was it? Who was it that won that stuff of mine? Was it Nick something?
Yeah, it was Nick. Was it Nick Gall?
Nick Gall. Yeah, yeah. If he's listening, pan that stuff and post pictures. I need to know what's in that stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say I haven't seen any pictures. I haven't seen any pictures
no
of it yet.
pictures
So.
neither. No.
Yeah, I need some information on it.
And I haven't seen pictures of the dirt that was in that water table that Jesse won. I haven't seen the pictures of the gold he got in that dirt from Dwight and from Bill. So it's like, man, come on, you guys.
Yeah, I'm kind of holding off on my giveaways because I don't want to give any more of that stuff away if there's no gold in it. So
right.
If anybody gets upset, you got to blame Nick. He's not posting pictures.
Blame Nick.
Oh yeah, when I give it away unsearched, it's truly unsearched. So, I mean, I don't want to just give away dirt. If it's got gold in it, I need to know.
Dennis, we used to get people because me and Ben, 2-3 years ago, we were sending out unsearched concentrates, and they're like, "Oh, is it really unsearched?" I'm like, "Well, you tell me what you find." We've had a lot of them come back like, "Oh yeah, it's unsearched. There's like 6 bullets in it, some lead shot, and a bunch of stuff."
Those added extras.
Yeah, because like I said, we take it right out of we used to just take it right out of the box, put it in a bag, and ship it. It was still wet some of the times.
Oh yeah, but that's cool. But yeah.
But I got a new hobby I started with my 4-year-old grandson.
What'd you
Oh yeah, this is really cool. They've got these, and you can pick them up at Walmart. You can go to the Dollar General.
Okay.
They're like little treasure chests. And they're kind of like gold, gold color looking.
Okay.
And it's called Treasure King's Gold.
Okay.
And it has little characters in it and stuff. And of course, you gotta, when you open it up, you have like this little hammer and a digging tool, and you kind of break the top layer off. And underneath that, it has like what they call something blue rocks or something in it, where the magic blue rocks is what they call it. And then when you get that, underneath that is you have the package, which has like a little character in it.
Uh-huh.
And then it has the actual treasure chest itself, and you open it up. And inside that treasure chest, you have it could either be like what they call a booby trap, or some of them actually has gold-plated. Oh, what's it called? Let me see on here. I'm looking. They're ultra-rare gold-dipped treasures. And, we started, I started out getting a couple of them, and it really, I started enjoying it too. Hey, you want another treasure? Let's go. And we run to the dollar store, and we get it. And I finally got one of them that had the gold-dipped treasure.
Uh-huh.
And of course, when he sees that gold dip treasure, he gives it to Grandpa because he likes the characters are in it and stuff. So I thought, you know what? I wonder if this work. I grabbed my pinpointer and waited to a different dollar store we went. So I picked him up and I'm running my pinpointer over. One went beep 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 beep, and I went, okay, we're gonna take this one, and then we check another one because it's like one in every I don't know how many boxes. One in every 18 will have that gold dip, treasure. And there was a second box there, and I'm going through every one of them. All of a sudden, that second one went beep, 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 beep,
Uh-huh.
So we bring them home, we open them up, and guess what?
What?
I hear
got the gold in it.
Is that
I hear it.
Oh, yeah, so I ended up going to Walmart last night, and, of course, Walmart, they have more boxes of them.
Right.
And I picked up 4 that the pinpointer went off, so he's going to get to open those up for Christmas. But those are all going to have gold in it.
That's
Grandpa's
cool.
going to get some more gold.
That's pretty cool. Good idea.
It is cool, but it's cool. I mean, it's a fun little thing for the
Heck,
kids and stuff.
I want to see one. I want to try it.
They're addictive. I'm telling you, it's not just for kids; it's for adults too. And if you go into Walmart, take your pin pointer with you.
There's gold.
I'm taking my pin pointer up to Walmart. I'm going treasure hunting.
Somebody comes by. What are you doing? He's up here. Beep beep beep. Oh, we want this one. He's searching all the bags.
I tell you what I will do. I will. Of course, I'm on my phone now. I'll post a picture of the treasure, what's called Treasure Keys Gold. And what the outside looks like, and then I'll take a picture of the gold dip. You know, it says they're ultra rare. You know, to find the gold dip.
Oh man, I want to see these things. You know, I might be heading to Walmart.
Oh yeah, that's a gold dipped ring.
What is it, Red?
I don't know. What is it? A gold dipped ring or what?
No, it's like it's hard to see. I'll just have to show you a picture of it. It's like about the size. Gold, right? It's about the size of a penny.
Send us the picture.
But it's thicker.
Send us the picture. I gotta see this. Okay.
Yeah.
Dennis, Nick said that between family and elk hunting has kept him busy. He's going to get into it tonight. Okay.
Good.
Okay.
I love that elk hunt. How do you miss a horse, guys? It's not that hard to find one of them.
Yeah, try to get one called in, buddy.
Yeah, send me a picture of that, Dennis. I might have to go to Walmart tomorrow. Take my pin pointer with me.
That's just you guys. You guys are terrible.
Now, where it goes up, where you get it to go off is you run the pin pointer on the bottom of it.
Okay.
And when your pin pointer,
are these back in the kids section?
It's in the toys.
It's in the toys. By what?
Yep.
Narrow it down.
It'll. I don't know.
Standing a toy.
You know, I can see Dennis in one of them sporting goods stores doing that with the pay dirt bags from the gold rush. I found one. What's there?
But yeah.
Man, good idea.
Yeah, awesome find.
Everybody's gonna be running out to Walmart now.
Take your pin pointer.
Hey, like you say, every now and then you find gold, re-find it.
That's right.
You get I want to. You know, they're $8 for each one is like $8.65 or 64 cents for each one. I'd like to find out how. I guarantee you there's got to be way more than $10 worth of gold. Because I got 3 of them in this glass right now.
How do you know they're
Sounds
gold?
like it.
What's that, Rich?
How do you know it's gold?
Dennis?
Because it actually says real gold dip treasures.
Okay.
So it's a gold plated. That's cool though. But it's still cool. You know?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it sounds like fun.
And they're heavy.
Yeah. Dang it.
Scratch test.
What's that?
Do what?
I said do a scratch test.
Do an acid test on it.
You know what I should? I've got a kit here.
You ought to do a scratch test and see if it's real gold or not.
See what the purity is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when they're dipping something in like that, it's probably going to be around 18.
You know what? I might do that while we're on the air and maybe give an update here in a little bit.
Do it, man. There'll be a big rush.
Yeah, just take some, scratch it on the thing on pad or something, and
everybody
put some liquid to it and see if it even comes out anything. You never know, you know.
It's a pretty cool idea, though. Actually, just take your pin pointer. I mean,
that way, you know. Yeah.
I'll be darned. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in.
Well, I wanted to see if it worked, you know. And of course, when it went off like crazy with my pin pointer, okay, I'll take this one. And sure enough, we got home and opened it up.
Well, dang.
He's like, "Here you go, Papa." He wanted the figure. Here you go, Papa. All right.
Man, these things sound pretty neat, actually. I'm interested.
They are fun.
I'm like a kid. I'm interested now. You know, sounds like baseball cards to me. So it's like I want to go.
Oh yeah.
And we got an inside edge because we got a pin pointer. So it's like, ooh, get one of the cool ones. You know.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like the Razor. Razor said Dennis found more gold in Walmart than Swiftwater did.
Scott, get your pin pointer. Head to Walmart.
All right. Walk in there with the old pin pointer. This is it.
I'll take this one. I'll take that one. got any more in the back? That's all we want to know.
You better get them while you can, because I'm telling you, it's like anything else. They won't be around forever, so get in there and get that gold.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Hey, speaking about gold, don't forget about the raffle we're having right now. Actually, it's to donate for the Gold Prospector Space.
Yeah, did you see that? Did you take a look at that? What do you always say, Dennis?
We're having a GPS raffle.
Would you look at that? Just look at it.
Would you look at that?
GPS donation raffle. There's 7 grams of gold donated by Dirt Hog himself. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Dirt Hog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course, it's $1 a ticket. All you got to do is hit that donate button and donate however much money you want to, and that's how many tickets you get. Mm-hmm. And Tim will give you the numbers and send them to you and after you pay, and the drawing will be held December 29th.
Yep.
Yeah,
and there's a nugget in that too, I think.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, there's a nice crystallized nugget in there. There's a picture of it.
In it. Yeah.
This is definitely one of the drawings that you probably want to get your friends involved in.
Yeah, it's a quartz nugget there.
Yeah, it's a nice little nugget.
But you do have to be a member of Gold Prospector Space.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, can I take my pin pointer and win it?
No.
Yeah, the link's right on the page where it says GPS raffle.
Yeah, easy peasy. Yeah.
But he already posted it anyway.
Yeah, Jaron posted it.
Jaron was on it. Thank you, Jaron.
Thank you, Jaron. Yeah, thanks, everybody. So, yeah, that's like said, December 29th, we'll announce the winner, and good luck to everybody.
So everybody get on that raffle and help us out for GPS radio, please.
Yep.
No doubt.
And like I said, thanks again to Dirt Hog for that awesome donation. So,
I mean, that's 7 grams. That's
that's
you're looking at like
what's gold up to today?
$300 worth of gold.
I was going to say $350.
About 280, 300, yeah.
Not counting the specimen.
Yeah, right, exactly. So sheesh. There's nothing wrong with that. I'd like to win that myself. Good Lord.
Razor asked, has anybody ever heard of bounty hunter pinpointers? No, I haven't.
I think I've heard of them.
I've heard of them. I don't know how good they are, though.
Me neither. I haven't tried one. I haven't used one, but I definitely heard of them. Yep, buddy. I don't know. That's one. Dennis, you don't have one of them?
No, not the bounty hunter. I've got, what's it called?
Isn't the bounty hunter, isn't that like the older pinpointers?
It might be.
Because I
think you have a GT or a GP.
Yeah,
I was going to say bounty hunter. That's a name I've heard of like a long time ago.
Bounty hunter metal detectors. You buy them from like Bass Pro Shop and all them places like that, right?
Okay.
Remember?
That's probably where I've heard of it.
Right, and so they probably came out with the pinpointer like everybody else did. So I don't know. I've never seen or tried. I've heard of it, but I've not tried it or nothing. So, he said Sportsman's Warehouse has them.
I'd like to be the guy that actually comes up with a metal detector, because every metal reads off at a certain frequency, and I think that's the reason, if I remember right, I think that's the reason why I actually like the gold bugs, because they're at like 7.65 or something, and gold, that's the closest gold frequency you can get. But man, if you had something that just read the frequency gold is and not lead and everything else, that would be a heck of a metal detector to us.
Well, yeah. Don't they have one? I mean, it's like that.
I don't know.
I'm just not that keen on up to speed on the metal detecting.
Well, the word, like I said, the word I got when I was first getting into metal detecting a long time ago was I was introduced to the Gold Bug 1, and somebody told me that Gold Bug 1 reads at 7.65 megahertz, and I guess the gold, that's the closest you can get to the actual gold frequency.
Right.
But like I said, this was an old guy that was teaching me, about metal detectors and stuff way back. I mean, Christmas, 15, 20 years ago. Uh-huh. So I don't know if it's changed now, but he said, I said, well, what about these other ones that are higher priced? He said, well, what they did is they got a different frequency, but then they gave more punch to the ground, so they'll go deeper.
Yeah.
So that was their angle. So I was like, okay.
Huh. don't know. What about that gold monster thingy? You know?
Yeah, see, I don't. You don't see anybody doing any testing or anything with these anymore, like you used to. You know, you used to be able to go on YouTube and there'd be all kinds of videos about product testing. But
yeah, you're right. I don't really anymore. This is true. You know, it's little side-by-side comparisons. Huh? I don't know. Maybe it's something you need to do, Scott.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's some of the stuff that I do comparisons on, like like say the gold call pan. You know, I did a comparison on that because I liked that idea.
Right.
When I met those guys, you know, and everything, I was like, okay, you know, I'm really interested in this pan. I want to just check it out, and I was like, okay, it does work faster. I just wish it was bigger, but now they're coming out with a bigger one too. But yeah, I mean, there's that one, and what was the other one I did? Oh, the vibro washer. I did that one for a while, but you know, Don, unfortunately, those guys, they quit making them,
right.
And I was pretty bummed at that. But you know, things in life come up, and not everybody can continue doing what they're doing. You know, things always change. So
right, that's true. This is true. I don't know, buddy. It could be something you might want to start doing again. You know, some of the comparison stuff.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. So what'd you do, Scott, this weekend? Wasn't you supposed to meet up with the Biffles?
Yeah, this has been kind of not a great weekend for Swiftwater Enterprises, if you could say that.
Okay.
I'm still looking for new ground. I've got a couple good leads. And I talked to a guy today that's right behind his house is a place where I want to be digging, and he wants to learn how to dig gold. I'm like, hey, twofer right there. So, you know, I might have a good place to dig for a little while. You know, I'm still trying to check up on the gravel pit where I want to go dig. I know if they dug it out of the same creek that I usually do my digging, there's going to be gold in those rocks that they got piled there just to use for fill dirt, you know, and stuff like that. So I'd like to, you know, meet the guy and run him a deal, 10%. And, you know, he can still sell the rocks or whatever. You know, I'm not going to take him off the land or not. I just want to run right there. But, yeah, I was supposed to go out to the outing, the nugget shooter outing. And unfortunately, you know, things happen. She was sick Saturday. And then I'm in the process of selling a claim. And we had to get the papers notarized this Saturday. And I did not get with the notary until about 1:30 on Saturday. We found her. And I got my stuff notarized. And by that time, it was just too late to swing over there. But, man, I wish I could have went. It just bummed me out. You know, there was a lot of people that's you know, there have been pretty good to meet up with and stuff like that, and talk and, you know, shoot the stuff back and forth, you know, like gold miners do. But yeah, I just had, it's been rough. It's been a rough start to the year actually, but I'm keeping my hopes up high. You know, I think when it all comes down and we get past this Christmas hump and this Thanksgiving hump, and you know, those, you know, I got to go back. I got to fly back to Indiana during a Christmas break because you know, Grandma, she's still not getting any younger, right. And so that's going to take a week out of my time to do that, and then come back, and then it's just weird because out here you don't get in the gold fields until at the end of October because of the heat. And then after you know, October, you get right, boom, you come into November. There's where it all starts. So it's really killing me. You know, John Hunt says, looks like Scott lost the bet. Well, yeah, I guess because the Biffles, they actually posted some stuff that they found. I didn't see anything that was really treasure worthy, but they did find stuff, and they actually showed up. So yeah, I guess they won.
I guess
they won.
Up is a victory, I guess, right?
Yeah, I just
bummer.
I was disappointed. Like I said, we had the metal detectors, the pinpointers, our shovels. Our plastic shovels. Our picks. Everything was ready to go, and man, it just didn't turn out to be the way that I wanted it.
Well, that sucks.
So
you know, they only come to town once. You know, once in a blue moon. Would have been nice to at least be able to hang out with them. You know.
And I'd like to apologize to all the people that, like, if they went to the specific outing, you know, to meet with me and Shad and Kathleen and people like Kevin Hoagland and stuff like that. You know, I'm sorry that I wasn't there, guys, but this, you know, things just happen, and they always happen at the wrong time. So
yeah, they do. That's pretty much life, ain't it? You know?
Yeah, I mean, maybe, you know, there's maybe in the future something like that. Like I said, I'm not a real big. I'm not a big outing guy, you know. I'm just not. Usually, when I'm out here digging gold, I'm digging, and I don't have any time to actually go, and that's what we could consider playing. and I never get a chance to do most of those outings, especially because that was only like a 45-minute drive from where I'm actually camped at. And yeah, it would have been, like I said, it'd been nice to go, but I just didn't want to show up late. And, after that, there's no fun, and you're just sitting around and talking after that. So,
right. Yeah, still, it's always nice to go just to hang out and shoot the crap with people,
Yeah, but I was bummed more because, like I said, I was psyched about going because there's going to be, you got guys that's used metal detectors way more than I did. So, like, the information and the stuff that I missed out on, that's what stinks the most. I could have had somebody showing me, different tricks with a gold bug, and she had the big head on it, and I had my little head, pinpointer head on it. It's only like 3-inch head.
Right.
So I figured, either way we probably had it covered. But I was, it'd been cool to have people that's been working a metal detector for that long of years that knows tricks that I've never even thought about and could have showed me stuff. So that's the biggest bummer, a part of not being able to meet the people that was there. But yeah, like I said, just things happen. We're just going to continue on going forward, and maybe someday I'll be at the, one of the big outings again, or maybe if the gold show goes back to Vegas, would like to go back to there and do that gold show too. But
right. So you never know. Maybe next time. It happens, like you said. Sometimes it just happens, man. You get something planned like that, and then something else like this pops up, and it's like, dang it.
What they call it, trials and tribulations.
We got an update on the Treasure King's gold.
On the what? What?
We got an update on the. I just did the purity test.
Oh, okay.
And I put 3 different lines, and I tested it, and it's 10 karat gold.
Okay.
10. I figured.
And the wife just sent you some pictures, Tim. You should have it on your phone.
Where'd she send them to? Text or?
I think, was it text? Yeah.
Wait, Paula don't even have my phone number, I don't think, does she?
Huh?
I don't think Paula has my new phone number, does she?
Oh. I guess not.
Well, I guess your old phone number got the pictures in.
Yeah.
Somebody out there is going, what the heck?
Somebody got a picture of it.
Dang it. Yeah.
And it's 10 karat gold then.
Yep, 10 karat gold.
I figured it was, if it was plate, it would have been a little higher than that, but I'm surprised.
It's still cool. I think it's still cool. And it's just cool that you found that little edge. Just take your pinpointer in there to get it.
Yeah.
That's right.
I just wanted to see if it would work, and it did.
Dennis cheating like toy stores.
Well, I wore my jacket in, and I had my pinpointer in my pocket, and went to the toy aisle, and I kind of looked around to see if anyone was looking. Pulled it out. Of course, it was loud. You're hoping no one around. It starts going beep, 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 beep. You're like, oh, yep, that's one.
There was a kid in there just looking at Dennis like, what is he doing?
Yeah. This is the perfect time for this.
The views and opinions on tonight's show are not necessarily that of Prospectors Radio, Gold Prospector Space, or the host of the show. Please enjoy.
I love it. I think it's a great idea. Dennis figured out a way to beat the system. I was going to take my pinpointer in there. Take my pinpointer in the toy store. Rotten.
That is just funny.
God, we're just bad. Bad. Okay, who wants to do gold prices tonight, and who wants to do birthdays?
Hang on, I'll look up the gold prices
right,
if somebody wants to do the birthdays.
Rich, you want to do birthdays?
Yeah, I'll do birthdays.
All right. Dennis, you're gonna sing live tonight again to prove it to Scott?
How many times do I have to sing live to prove to Scott? I'm going to sing live again tonight.
Okay, yeah. I understand you. Trust me, I do. So,
there's a long list.
So, when do you want him to sing, Rich? Now?
Yeah, I gotta do it now.
Okay, we're doing it now then.
Doing it now.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday Swiftwater to you.
And many more.
And many more.
Okay, November 17th, 2019. The birthdays today are Al Hennigan, Casey Meadows, Dee Bush, Darrell Webster, Gary Grander, Gerald Bettis, Jeff Bryant, Jody Johnson, Joe Ream, John Smith, Mark Malone, Solon Moore, and the Germ 1117. Birthdays tomorrow: Bill Gardner, Booney, Brian, Frank, Gene Scullion, GPAA, and Jeff Rumbles.
Oh, happy birthday.
Birthdays today, so let's do, how about Casey Meadows?
Do it.
Casey Meadows.
That's when you're highlighting.
Yeah.
Is it highlightable?
I'll find his information here.
See what you
Trying to find out his stuff. Where is it?
Having trouble, Rich.
Yeah, I can't find where his stuff is.
Maybe he took his off. Because you can. You don't have
Yeah,
to.
I can't see
go
it.
under, actually.
Can you find it?
Maybe. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute while I look.
Yeah. You can't see anything in there.
Well, let me see.
When I click on the likes, it's nothing there.
Casey Meadows, you said?
Yeah.
All right, let's just see.
Usually it has the information right in there, right?
Yeah, he took his. I bet you his is gone.
Okay.
I'm thinking. Hold on. Let me look. One more. Yeah, I think he took his off. He didn't want that box apparently. And
Well, I'm trying to get back now, but
yeah, he pulled his. Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Right, Rich.
all right. Well, let me see someone else.
All right, just click on a different one.
And while he's looking for someone else, Tim, they got sent to your new phone number now.
Oh, okay.
That way you could get the second one.
Let me see. I want to see these things.
All right, I give up.
All right, well, just happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, everyone.
No doubt.
Yeah, to happen.
Everyone I click on, there's nothing there.
Okay, these things are pretty cool. So that's what the box looks like.
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty neat. And then that's the little token thingies.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the gold pieces in it.
Oh, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, I wish you could have put it in the site. That'd been
Well,
cool.
Tim, can you put it on the site from your phone while we're...
You guys talk amongst yourselves. I could probably do it. I got to send it to my email and then upload it to my computer and then do that.
Well, I can still do gold prices.
Oh, yeah, do that.
Yeah,
it's
it's got to do
gold
the gold
price.
price while you're doing that.
Yeah.
Dang it. That just hurt. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's what's going on right now. I'm actually watching the trading going on that they are out right now. We're not trading in America, but they are trading in Australia and China. And gold was just in the green, and it just flipped to the red. And it's at 1467.28. We just got a hit, and it went down 0.2%. So that's not a real good one. But hopefully, well, there it goes back up 3%. So now we're back in the green on the gold. Silver, believe it or not, staying in the green, trading really slow. We got that at 0.02 on the green, up on the up and rise, and it's going 12% higher. So we got 1695 on silver. Now I don't
Not bad.
Yeah, I don't have the rhodium or anything like that, but I do know the gold. If you're looking at the gold trading, the last 30 days, we took a hit of minus $20.90 the last 30 days. If you're looking at the 30-day chart on silver, you guys has actually lost. It says 0.57, but it also says minus 325%. So that's pretty good, pretty big jump on silver going down. So we are looking at, like I said, gold's 1467. And gold price per gram, in case you guys are wanting to know right now, is 47.17. And
47.17 per gram.
Yeah, per gram.
It's not bad.
And then see, like just now, we just went back in the red on the gold. We're down 0.6. So it's staying around the 1467 mark. You know, it's just that what they're trading right now is like dinging on the change side, like 23 cents to 25 cents to 28 cents, back down to 23. So it's slow trading. So by tomorrow, gold could go back up.
I hope so,
depending
but
on
it's
what we
going
do
in the
tonight.
wrong direction.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
But I mean, as long as if it stays above 14, I'm still happy with it. But man, I liked it when it was around that 1500 mark. I mean, that was pretty darn good.
Yeah.
And like I said, it just happened. It had to be just before I went in the gold season too. And I said, dang it, you know, it drops when I want it. So when I go out, it drops. I'm like, gosh.
So you don't have the platinum or palladium or.
No, I have to look up. Hang on a second here. What do they call it? Oh, pressure.
Rhodium. Any of that stuff.
Yeah, hang on. I got it. I usually have this on my memory thing, but I didn't have it on there tonight. So we're looking. Here it is. Gold's going at 1468. Like I said, 2.8 on the percentage. Silver 1697. Platinum is going at 890.86, up 78%. Palladium's going at 1712.72 at 252% up.
Man.
Okay.
And if you guys don't know what I'm saying when I say up or down, just take the numbers I threw at you.
Just take the numbers.
Yeah, but that's our price as of right now, is what we're looking at in the metals. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Okay.
But man, palladium's still $1,700.
Dang. Yeah.
Man.
Well, it's dang palladium.
If only I could mine palladium.
I know.
Yeah, that's why it's up so high. It's probably rare.
Yeah, and it's like.
Yeah, but can you imagine the machines you'd have to get palladium?
Dude,
I could just imagine.
I was watching. They had this opal hunters show on Friday after Gold Rush.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Out in Australia, and
do you remember the name of it?
I think it was called Opal Hunters.
Okay.
I swear it was. Might have been Outback Opal Hunters, something like that. But it was pretty cool, man. That's pretty interesting.
Is that a new show?
Yeah, I think it is. It's the first time I've seen it, so I'm going to bet it is. And it was just pretty interesting.
I'm going to have to put that show on record again.
Yeah, and then check it out and see if you like it. I don't know. I'm going to give it a chance and see where it goes, But just was pretty cool. So I don't know if you guys caught
Yeah. Did you guys since we're talking about the shows, you guys got to see the Gold Rush. I was kind of excited because I'm excited that I got to come home and to actually see it today. But I thought it was cool that Rick Ness went and bought Monster Red.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
They buy a new one?
No, he bought the.
No, remember the one the
Hoffmans
Hoffmans used to run.
Remember
okay.
it? Monster Red. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, if it wasn't, it could have been for the show, but Freddie Dodge have a lot of clout up there. But that guy wasn't going to let Rick do because he was going to give him 80 or how many ounces? 800 ounces. I can't remember. It's a jar of gold. It was enough.
Right.
And he said that's not enough. And he's like, well, he's like, if you don't make it, well, then I'm sitting here. I got to get the wash plant back. And then, he actually stepped up and said, hey, he's always been a straight shooter since I've known him and everything like that. So they made the deal. And, well, he's got it. And I can't wait to see him get that running because the ground that he's running, it does have a lot of potential to be, find some bigger gold along with a lot of the fine stuff as well. But man, now he's got a machine that'll run 300 yards per hour. That's going to be eating some stuff up.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, because right now he's only running 100 an hour.
Right.
So could you imagine being on that particular crew?
As long as it catches those big nuggets.
Yeah, but man, being on that crew and all of a sudden you go from running 100 yards an hour to 300 an hour. You know how much humping you got to do now? Oh, yeah. Boy.
Oh, yeah. That's cool, though. So,
John Hunt said he bought it for $500,000, which he did say $500,000 is what was going to. Yeah, it's what it's going to cost to get that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was good. I watched it. I think I might have dozed off during Gold Rush, but
I like it because it's funny because you don't really. I mean, Freddie. You've seen him coming on and off the show, but he's not really working with anybody. So he must be doing his own stuff.
Right.
But Freddie is the one that made all of those wash plants.
Well, yeah,
anything that says MSI, that's Freddie Dodge all over it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, this is true. Interesting, though.
But what's really surprising to me is just how good. I mean, I'm not saying nothing bad about the Hoffmans, but it was used. But I'm surprised on how good that the machine actually looked sitting there.
So speaking of the Hoffmans, are they done? Are they not miners no more?
I don't think so. Last time I seen anything with the Hoffmans in it, he was doing a cooking show, which I have no idea what that was about.
The last time I seen him was singing.
Singing, yeah. That was the last thing I seen. But as far as mining, the last thing I seen was when where was they up in Oregon or something? Where were they? And that was
Oregon.
Yeah, then that was it. And I didn't know if they
Oregon? I thought it was Colorado.
Might have been Colorado. I don't know. One of the two, but it was that.
Yeah, I thought the last place they were at was Colorado somewhere.
It might have been, Scott. I'm not positive, but that was it. I didn't know if they were still mining up there or if they just gave it up.
Now he didn't mine last year, right?
I don't think so. No.
So this is the second year he's not doing it.
I just think
that would so suck. You come out. And they actually made that Gold Rush show. If anybody knows the history behind it, those are the guys that actually did the pilots, and they started it.
Right.
But you go, you watch them guys go up, and then all of a sudden, they get the Guyana, and they go down, 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 and then it was like quicksand. They never got back out of that hole that they were in, even when they went to Colorado.
Did your Dave go someplace else, though, or something?
Dave's up in Arizona right now, ain't he, Scott?
But I think last time I know KC
he's working with KC
was still on the show, so I know he's got to be around Arizona somewhere.
Yeah. See.
Now I don't know if they're on the Faines property in Prescott or if they found something else to go do, because I haven't caught too many of those shows. But I do know the one that I did catch, still had KC was still there working with him and everything like that. So I'm presuming that he's still here in Arizona somewhere working.
Right. I don't know, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he went out on his own or something.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he started his own deal. But it's like, a lot of spin-offs from that show.
Well, you got to, these guys, you take somebody that's got a group of people, and the next year you got 4 of them going, you know what, I'm going to go do this on my own. Well, that's almost like 2 shows right there,
Yeah. See? Just saying. And then somebody said, Y Gold said he heard the Hoffmans were investing in other mining projects like Fred Hurt and stuff like that he had heard. I remember hearing that too once, that he was just going to back Fred or something like that. So, I don't know. Not sure.
What I would like to, I think would be cool is like, say you had a little claim up there that's, it doesn't have to be really big like you see Parker's and everybody's like that.
Uh-huh.
But if you paid somebody just to come in, take off the topsoil to where the pay dirt is looking you in the face,
and
then if you create a little bitty pond, and then drop a 6-inch, like I got a 6-inch, drop a 6-inch in there, and then just start working it as much as you can. Because it's only like, most of that stuff's only 3 feet deep, 4 feet deep.
Okay, I'm listening.
So you get in there with a 6-inch dredge. So your initial startup was paying the guy that, whatever he's got the D10, take the topsoil off. Okay, there's a couple $1,000 or more. And then you come back with that 6-inch dredge or 2 6-inch dredges. Look at the gas prices that you're going to be saving, number one. And then number 2, you're using smaller equipment. You're not using backhoes. You're not using track hose. You're not using dump trucks. So there, the fuel and the machinery costs just went plummeting down.
Right.
But if you sat out there for, 8 to 10 hours a day, just running a 6-inch dredge and just doing nothing but solidly, you could say you could almost, you don't even have to be diving. You could almost Armstrong most of it, arm stretch it.
Right.
But man, the gold would be phenomenal, according to your gas prices.
It'd be cool. It's a good idea,
Yeah, I mean, you look at 55-gallon drum. How long would that run a 6-inch dredge with 2 motors? I mean, holy cow.
It'd be pretty cool, actually. It's a good
Yeah.
idea. Pretty good idea.
I mean, because I think our runs on our motors, we probably get about almost 2 hours before we have to refill them up.
See, Scott, maybe that's something like you should think about doing.
Oh, trust me. Like I said, I got a partner.
Contact him.
I got a friend in Canada. He's already invited me up to the Yukon this next season, and he said that we'd probably be staying in the cabin that the Hoffmans actually stayed in when they were in the Yukon working, because his friend actually knows those guys that own that claim that they were working.
Right.
And he did a little working on it last year, and I told he asked me, man, I wish you could come up here. I was like, dude, I don't have my passport yet. And what's really bad is because that's when I was in Idaho. I'm like, dude, I'm like a hop, skip, and a jump from you right now. I wish I could just go up now. But he went up there and he did a little dredging, like he learned from me and Ben down here on how to do it and what to look for and stuff like that. He did pretty good. The pictures he sent me, I'm like, oh, now you're killing me. But he stayed over there for like, I think a week, maybe 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he did pretty good. The guys cleared him off a section, probably 20 feet by 20 feet, and then said, there you go, get in there and get going. And he started dry land dredging, and he showed pretty good gold. So maybe by this time next year, you guys will be listening to somebody that's been to the Yukon doing just what he just said right there. So
that's right. Well, maybe. I hope so. Let us know, man. That's a good
you got
idea,
it.
Scott. That'd be pretty cool. Here's what we're gonna do. Let's take a quick break, and then what we'll come back with some Cooley's Corner.
Cooley's Corner.
Right back, everybody.
Do you like to mine for gold? Enjoy prospecting a nice crack in the bedrock? Enjoy getting outdoors to camp, fish, hunt, and hike on your public lands? You plan your trip, load the gear, grab the dog, put the family in the truck, and drive off to a locked gate. A sign says you cannot enter or access your own public lands. Mining claims and public land owned by we the people are being designated as off limits by our own government every single day. Are you concerned about the direction our government is going? Are you tired of seeing no access, no entry signs on your lands? We are, and we are fighting back. We are AMRA, America Mining Rights Association, the fastest growing small mining advocacy association in America. AMRA is a 501c3 not-for-profit formed by miners, hunters, off-roaders, retired military men and women to stop the insanity. AMRA was formed to educate, unite, and help the small miners and public land users on their rights given to us by God. Do you want access to great mining claims? For a small tax-deductible donation to their Miners Legal Fund, your family gains access to proven excellent mining claims across America for an entire year. AMRA challenges the USFS, BLM, EPA, and the other agencies intent upon stopping you from enjoying your own lands. You are who pays these people's wages. It is time they listen to us. We need to unite. And that is what AMRA is doing. As you sit here right now, thousands of acres of public lands are being closed, locked, and blocked from use by you. Are you fed up yet? Join us. Get in on this fight and let's restore America to what our families fought and died for. Freedom. Just visit AmericanMiningRights.com. AmericanMiningRights.com. Also, check us out on Facebook at American Mining Rights Association. AmericanMiningRights.com.
In 1858, gold was discovered in the rivers of New Caledonia. This discovery would spark a massive gold rush. Today, the search for gold is much easier, yet still challenging with Dirt Hog Pay Dirt. At Dirt Hog, we pride ourselves on our gold and guaranteed gold amounts. Just visit DirtHogPayDirt.com today and buy yourself a bag of the best pay dirt concentrates on the market. Order with confidence in Canada and North America. DirtHogPayDirt.com, the best gold concentrates on the market, period. Also, be sure to check out our Honest Bonus program.
If you're interested in gold prospecting or treasure hunting as a career, hobby, passion, or just something you're interested in getting into, you have to visit goldprospectorspace.com. At goldprospectorspace.com, you'll find forums, chats, videos, blogs, sections on dry washing, metal detecting, high banking, and so much more. At goldprospectorspace.com. There's a store, classifieds, and at goldprospectorspace.com every Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern Time, tune in to Prospectors Radio, the talk show for gold prospectors and treasure hunters. GoldProspectorspace.com is a social network with thousands of members, and everything you need is at GoldProspectorspace.com. Sign up today and get connected to others who share your love of gold and gold prospecting. Let the treasure hunt begin at GoldProspectorspace.com. GoldProspectorspace.com.
Welcome to Cooley's Corner. Join Rich Cooley as he talks about equipment, new products, and so much more for all us prospectors and treasure hunters. Here's Rich.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cooley's Corner. Tonight we're going to talk about riffles. And not Ruffles potato chips either. Riffles as in sluice boxes, dredges, and whatnot. Of course, this is the information that I found. You can agree with it, you cannot agree with it. That's totally up to you. Okay. But this is my show, and I can say what I want.
That's right.
So this is how I feel. And some of the stuff that I found looking up, and of course, this is what I got.
All right.
The reason that riffles work is twofold. First, there is an eddy created between each riffle, causing temporary lull in the water flow. The material that is flowing is in a liquid state. This causes the heavies to be at the very bottom of the flow. As the flow passes over a riffle, the heavies will fall to the bottom behind the riffle. Second, the riffles are spaced a couple inches apart and act as a series of small dams, stopping the creep of the heavy material down the sluice. Without them, there will be a slow but sure creep of gold out the end of the sluice. Normally, most of the trapped gold will be behind the first couple of riffles. This is because the heaviest fall fast. Small flour gold might extend several riffles further, and hopefully the last few riffles will have zero gold in it. If you find gold in the end of the sluice box, you surely have lost more out of the end. Most recovery systems on suction dredges use fixed riffles to trap the gold out of the lighter stream bed materials as they are washed to a sluice box by a flow of water. Riffles are baffle-like obstructions fixed in place along the bottom of the sluice box. They are designed and positioned so there is a back pressure created that sucks the water and material behind the riffles from the flow over the top. When the correct water flow is directed over a riffle, the back pressure keeps the area just behind the riffle in a state of continuous fluid suspension. This creates a medium where the heaviest material, which is gold, is allowed to concentrate. Gold recovery systems that use the flow of water over riffles are called fixed recovery systems. Let's talk a little about what happens behind the riffle in a sluice box. Okay. If you only run water over the box, it does not take very much water flow to maintain the fluid movement behind the riffle, because there is nothing solid to obstruct the flow. But the average stream bed material, like rocks, gravel, and sand, weighs around 4 times more than water. This means water flow and turbulence must be dramatically increased to keep the material in a suspended state behind a riffle. The deeper the riffle, the greater the volume and the way the material must remain suspended. So the greater the water force needed to keep a riffle from packing up. What is packing up? That's when you overwhelm a riffle with too much weight of material, ransacked silt, and the suspended medium is lost. When the suspended medium is lost, most of the riffle would no longer concentrate the heavy materials as they are washed over the sluice box. Keep in mind that when a riffle is operating correctly, it will continue to concentrate the heaviest materials that are passed through the suspended medium. At the beginning of a production run, specific gravity of the average material behind a riffle will be similar to the average specific gravity of the raw material found in the stream bed. For the purposes of the discussion, let's say it's around 4 times the weight of water. But as the heavy materials like iron, the specific gravity is around 8, flows into the riffles. The heavy materials will displace the lighter materials, and the materials behind the riffles, which is called your concentrates, will become heavier. Each area is different, but it generally does not take as long to accumulate concentrates in a sluice box that are around twice as heavy as the average raw material being processed. Heavier materials are usually associated with iron, dark color by nature. These are often referred to as black sands. The heavier the concentrate behind a riffle, the more water flow and turbulence is required to maintain a suspended medium. The deeper the riffle, the more it will become overwhelmed by the increased accumulation of heavy material. So a deeper riffle requires a faster, more violent flow to keep it working as the concentrated water behind the riffle becomes heavier. On the other hand, the shallower riffle, the less water force it takes to maintain the suspended medium behind the riffle. Less water force and violence will allow smaller particles of gold to settle. But a shallower riffle also requires the water flow be reduced. This is because the shallow riffle will not create enough protection behind it to prevent the turbulent flows from boiling fine gold away. What do I mean by boiling? I mean that if you put too much water flow over the top of any riffle, the suspended medium becomes so violent that even the heaviest particles can be washed away. If you want to recover fine gold recovery more efficiently, it's necessary to direct finer sized materials into more shallow riffles. That requires milder water flows to keep them functioning when filled with concentrated material. Here's some of the things to look for to get a better idea if a riffle is working for you. Got a couple of notes here. Material behind a riffle should be visibly dancing during a normal operation. You should be able to see that all the material there is continuous state of vibration and movement. This can be deceiving, however, because sometimes only the surface of the material behind a riffle is in movement. Everything under the surface can often be packed up. This is almost certainly the case if after you shut down, you scrape behind the riffle and find that it's just below the surface of the black sand, it's all packed up with lighter blonde colored material. In this case, you have to decide if you need to increase the water flow and violence, which will make it harder to settle the fine gold, or shorten the riffle. Shortening the riffle is usually the best solution. Please don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about the riffles to get big rocks passed over them. I'm talking about the riffles where you direct pre-sized smaller material. Do some controlled tests at production speeds. Meanwhile, while someone is sucking material in the dread suction nozzle or feeding material in a sluice, while feeding a pre-weighted amount of fine gold into the system, you can either catch and test the tailings, or you can process the gold from recovery system, or both, to evaluate how well your recovery system is working. Here's where you can buy panning ore, which contains fine gold. If you're using gold from a fixed recovery system, it will come down to either a screening system that is not working very well. To separate the fine gold from big rocks, it must be washed away, use heavily forced, or a bad relationship between the flow of the water and the depths of riffle fine recovery system. The answer is just to keep working at it until you get it right. Okay, so if a bigger and deeper riffles are not the answer to recovery fine gold for pre-sized material, how small and shallow should you go? Weight and shape characteristics of the area stream bed materials in each area may be a little different. For example, crystalline, angular type material requires more force and turbulence to keep it moving. So there's not a fixed answer that you will work perfectly in every situation. However, a general guideline, I would say the depth of a riffle should not be much more than the maximum size of material that is being directed in there. In other words, if a 3/8 inch screen is being used to pre-size material, you probably don't want to use riffles much deeper than a 3/8 inch. Then you set the water flow to keep those riffles fluid when there is accumulation concentrated between that material behind them. This is not a fixed formula. You have to use your own best judgment and dial it in. Remember, if you use shorter riffles, you must slow down the flow over the top of them to keep them from boiling out the fine gold. Slower water, less violence, allows for finer particles of gold to settle, as long as its suspended medium is maintained behind the riffle. So there's a little thing about riffles that I found pretty interesting.
Okay.
It's a lot of information crammed in.
Right.
Usually after the first 5 minutes, people fall asleep anyway, but...
But it's still interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so that's pretty much for all riffles, right, Rich?
Well, when you're building setups and stuff, that comes in handy. I know me and Darth and Ken talked a lot about the size of the riffles, and Ken has a formula for the size of riffles that he posted in the site here somewhere in the DIY section.
Yeah.
And I think Darth made a couple of his own riffles using that schematic. There's different things in there that you can use for the different depths and the heights of the riffles.
True.
And then the different types of riffles, your Hungarian and everything else. So that all is a key factor in what material you run.
Right. This is true. Pretty cool. But yeah, I think that stuff, it's got to be in the DIY section still. I know Ken put something in there somewhere. I don't remember exactly where it's at, but. Right.
Now, as for me, when I do dredging and stuff, I have no riffles in my box.
What?
Yeah, the only thing I run in mine is 3-inch.
Is what? You cut out, Scott. Didn't hear you.
Corrugated metal. Instead of having like, say, you got about. I run 3-inch corrugated metal.
Okay, thank you.
And the reason why I do that is because instead of having, say, 8 riffles in your box, that puts 80 riffles in your box.
Right. But you don't.
And then like he says, we run a lot of sand and stuff like that, and a lot of iron. And I found out that the sand flows better, the iron flows better, and the gold gets trapped in the miner's moss.
Okay.
So you just run miner's moss with corrugated 3/8 metal on top?
No, 3-inch metal.
3-inch.
Yeah.
The big triangles.
Yeah, they're like, it's if you guys like
whatever they are.
Yeah, if you watch like Gold Rush and you see them cleaning out their sluice run.
Are they flat or are they raised?
They're going to be raised. I mean, it's not like they've turned them. It's just the size of the metal. It makes about I don't know, it's a little over 1/4 inch on each hole, or each what we call diamond.
Right. It's like,
so it's like 8. Like I said, it's like having 80 riffles in there instead of just 8.
Okay, yeah, I got you. I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then I quit running carpet too. And I know a lot of, like, a sluice box is real good to have carpet in, but I quit running carpet just because I've went back after a cleanup and then wait for the mat to dry, and I beat the mat out and then still find a lot of fine gold that's still in that carpet. So I quit using that too.
Definitely will, and you can just burn it at the end of the year and get even more.
Right.
Right. But I've always heard.
True enough.
True that, for sure. Well, cool, man. That's
but I like what Rich is saying though. Bigger riffles, if you're running some bigger rocks and stuff like that, not a bunch of black sand is different everywhere. Mm-hmm. You got sometimes we come into coarse black sand here. Sometimes we get like stupid fine stuff. It depends on how far down the river it's come.
Yeah, Darth put the link in the chat room in there, so you can bring that up, and it shows you a picture of the size of the riffles. 1 inch, 3/4, 1/2 inch. Gives you the actual diagram of how far to put them apart and everything.
Well, through your workings, Rich, I know you do some stuff here and there. What kind of riffles do you prefer where you're at?
I can't remember exactly what I have in. I think I have 1/2 inch and 3/4 in mine, if I remember correctly. Darth might be able to tell you. I can't remember. I told him a long time ago, but I think I have 1/2 inch and 3/4.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly. I'll have to measure them and let you know, buddy. I can't remember.
And I got Brian.
I have expanded metal. In my dredge, I have a punch plate underneath, and I have some wire mesh, and I have the diamond, like you have, the diamond flat metal under my box, and then I have my riffles that goes down. And I think I have the small ones on top and the deeper ones on the bottom, or vice versa. I can't remember.
Yeah, Brian just asked on the chat if I use a mat under my miner's moss, and that is a yes, always. Well, you can. There's miner's moss that you can get that's backed.
Right.
And the reason why I tell people you don't want that back stuff is because if you get black sands going in that miner's moss, it will fill it up, and then you're pumping everything over the top of everything. Okay. So I always use it to where it can go through, and it'll get trapped in we got a rib rubber matting that we put underneath the actual miner's moss.
Right. So you do not use backing of miner's moss.
No, it will actually fill up way, like you'll get an hour in and you'll notice the whole box is black. You're like, wonder why? Well, that's because the black sand, it's filled up the miner's moss so bad that now everything is just rolling over the top. So
now you let it bleed through and go over your rib matting and catch any gold that goes through underneath it, correct?
Yeah, because any process you put, if it's not gold, generally it will not stay in that rubber matting.
Uh-huh.
So if you're getting,
basically have it as a backup.
Yeah, you've got it. You've got
it. It doesn't wash it out of the box.
Yeah, you got to have it on.
Have that. I mean, if you don't, it's a preference. But if you don't, I'm guaranteeing I can find stuff in your tailings. I can almost guarantee it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that does put other matting underneath their stuff too. Yeah.
All right. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, very cool, Rich. Thank you, brother. We appreciate it.
Oh, not a problem. You're welcome.
Well, like Dennis runs at the pit, so that stuff's that's a gravel pit. It's all going to be pretty much, I'd say, in that neck of the woods where he's at. It's going to be like 1/4-inch rock. It's probably going to be the biggest stuff you'd probably find. I think.
Probably not even that.
Yeah. So you could probably get away with running small riffles. If you had a box with small riffles, I would run small riffles through stuff like that because just
that stuff with the
irrigating
pit
sand.
is so heavy concentrated, it's not even funny.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so that's where I said I'd run small riffles under that. But if you guys were digging like fresh into the creek bank or fresh down into the creek bed itself, you're going to be dredging up 2-inch, 2.5-inch rocks and stuff. That's probably where I'd say go to a little bit bigger riffle.
Oh, okay. Well, I think Dennis has got some lost treasure stories for us tonight, Scott. I think. Do you, Dennis?
I think I do. I got a few more from Arizona. I did some, but I never did finish it.
Arizona. Maybe you can find one that Scott can go and try to find.
He'd never make it there anyway.
Probably right. Well, then it looks like it's time for Lost Treasures with Indiana Gold Hunter himself, Mr. Dennis Dayton. Tonight, Dennis takes you to Arizona in search of lost treasures. Take it away, Dennis.
All right.
You know you love that music.
Well, everyone, we've got a little bit of history I want to read on just for a second before we get into the lost treasures in Arizona.
All right.
Arizona's placer mining industry began in 1774 with the discovery of gold along the flanks of the, you might be able to help me with this, Scott, Quijota Mountains. Is that right?
Oh my gosh, that's going to be the Indian. I couldn't tell you, but that's probably close enough.
Yeah, it's in Pima County.
Yeah, that's going to be northern Arizona, right?
If you say so. But it says the California gold rush, beginning in 1849, siphoned off many of Arizona's miners. Placers were discovered in the 1850s in the Baghdad area. It's Yavapai County?
Yep, Yavapai.
Yavapai County?
That's where I dig at.
In the Chemungavus Mountains?
No, I've never heard of that.
Mojave County. Arizona's own gold rush began in earnest in 1858, following discoveries at the north end of the Gila Mountains in Yuma County?
Gila
Mountains. And the famous placers in La Pez, also in Yuma County, and at Rich Hill and Lynx Creek. That's in Yavapai County in the 1860s.
Yeah, Rich Hill's going to be where the LDMA camp is here. And then the other one, you said Rich Hill and what again?
I said, let me go back here. Lynx Creek.
Okay, now that's going to be in Prescott.
Yeah, Lenz Creek's Prescott, Arizona.
And that's panning only. Just in case anybody wants to take a trip there, it's panning only.
All right.
And I did look up the Pima County. Pima County is going to be down around Tucson, is where Pima County is. So that's really south.
Okay.
And then, like you said, the Yavapai County is where I camp and dig at every year. Is where I go.
All right. Well, we're going to start out with some now. I might have already mentioned a couple of these on the last time I did Arizona, but if I did, that's okay. Yep. We'll go over it again. In Apache County, there is a rich lost Navajo Indian silver mine located near the small Navajo village of, oh my gosh, Tenahosoto?
That sounded pretty good.
In Monument Valley.
Uh-huh.
Also, an ox cart heavily loaded with gold plates, bowls, and other items was placed in a cave in the cliffs and covered over after Indians attacked a group of early-day Spaniards. The cave is located west of the Rock Point trading post and past the formation called Rock Point. The search area is just around the hill from the top of the mesa.
Wow. Okay. That'd be a cool one, Scott. These are all in your backyard, Scott.
Yep. So if you recognize one or you think you can go find it, you just jump right in there, buddy.
See, that right there, what you're just saying, like, the natives got in a squabble with the Spanish. Remember, quite a few shows ago, we were talking about how the Spanish made caches, and that's the reason why they left them, is because the Indians found out that the gold to the white man was worth so much, and they were actually got upset because now the Spaniards were trying to take it away. So that's why you see these Spanish caches you find nowadays. If you find good, nice hoards of gold in a cave, it's because the Spanish put it there thinking they were going to come back later on after the white man, took out the Indians or whatever, and they were going to get it back. But they never did come back. So there are still Spanish caches out there today that have never been found.
Yep. All right. Very cool.
All right. And Scott, you might be able to help me out with this one. Cochise County. Is that right?
What?
Cochise.
Cochise.
Cochise County. Okay.
Okay.
It says, near the ghost town of Dos Cabezas, a wagon loaded with gold was headed for Santa Fe, and due to robberies, the gold was unloaded and buried at night. Early one morning, the wagon was attacked by Indians. The only survivor was a 7-year-old boy. The boy spent 45 years searching, but never found the gold.
Oh, my gosh. And what did you say it was called? Dos
Cabezas?
Dos Cabezas? That's two heads.
Does that ring any bells, Scott?
No, but he said Dos Cabezas. I was like, that's two heads. So, but no, it doesn't ring a bell. I haven't heard of that story. But Cochise County is going to be the most, it's going to be it's like down in the bottom right-hand corner of the state. So it's right along the Mexico border.
Okay.
Well, in the same county, in 1883, a prospector stumbled onto a rich in white quartz ledge near the summit in the Whetstone Range near Benson.
Mm-hmm.
He contracted pneumonia and died before he was able to return to his discovery.
Oh. Okay.
All right. And oh boy, Coconino County. Is that right, Scott?
Cochino
County.
Oh no, sorry, Coconino.
Coconino.
Yeah.
Okay. Herman Wolf, an Indian trading post operator, buried an estimated $250,000 in gold near the Little Colorado River, northwest of Loop.
These all sound familiar to you, Scott?
No, Loop?
Yeah.
Never heard of Loop.
Never heard of that one?
Mm-mm.
But what about southwest of Flagstaff, the, quote, George Kanzer treasure, unquote, of 5 Dutch ovens filled with gold coins is buried in Sycamore Canyon below Kasner Mountain. He was also known to bore holes in trees to hide his gold in. The holes were patched and bark grew over the holes.
Huh.
So it's kind of like going into Walmart trying to find those little
That's
treasures.
right.
Take your
little
pinpointer.
Yeah, but man, can you imagine a big stove buried with gold? I mean, your metal detector would really make a rare.
Oh, wait, what did he say? You said it was a Dutch
I
oven.
guarantee you.
You said it was a Dutch oven, right, Dennis?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
They'd
like
be screaming bloody murder.
that's like
Oh man,
a Dutch oven's like a pot. So they can,
Yep.
they put these pots in a tree. You said. Tell me that one.
In what?
Read that one to me one more time, real quick.
It says southwest of Flagstaff, the George Kanzer treasure of 5 Dutch ovens filled with gold coins is buried in Sycamore Canyon below Kasner Mountain. He was also known to bore holes in trees to hide his gold in.
Oh,
The
okay.
holes were patched and the bark grew over the holes.
Okay, gotcha. Now I got it. Okay, thank you.
and you
But
guys
in the
got
same
like
county, we got 2 more in the same county.
Okay.
Mormon fugitive John D. Lee operated Lee's Ferry on the Colorado River for several years, beginning in 1872.
Uh-huh.
From that year until the complication of the Navajo Bridge in 1929, it was the only crossing on the river within hundreds of miles. It was located on the northwest side of the Colorado at the Paria River mouth, northeast of Marble Canyon.
Okay.
Yep.
interesting.
Yeah, they're all right there, Scott.
And one of these, some historians believe that, Wachup Mountain,
Okay. The Wachupi.
east of Sonyata Valley, holds an inexhaustible vein of silver that has yet to be discovered.
An inexhaustible vein of silver?
Yes.
That means that's a bunch.
Yeah, that means like you could never mine it out. Is that what that would mean?
Probably, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep. In what is it, Gia? Is that right, Scott?
Gila.
Gia County?
Gila.
Gila. Okay, Gila County. Profits from the 250-acre Spade Ranch, established in 1883 by William Craig and Paul Vogel, are believed buried somewhere on the property located in a meadow on Weber Creek below the Mongolian Rim near Pine.
Now I do know where that's at.
Ooh. There you go, Scott.
Get the pinpointer.
Get out there.
Yeah, that's you get when you start hearing Pine and the Rim. That's where like everybody goes like crazy to go camping and stuff like that. It's like everybody wants to get out of the heat. They'll go up to Pine and around to there. So
Okay.
All right, in Graham and Greenlee counties, although most sources agree and place the Lost Adams diggings in New Mexico, some believe the location is in eastern Arizona. These say that is located on the Black River. Besides the rich gold deposit, there were 275 pounds of raw gold in their cabin. They were attacked in the Black River Massacre and driven out. On their return to the site, the mine nor the gold catch under the floor of the cabin was never found.
Interesting.
yeah, Greeley County's right along New Mexico border.
Okay.
Get this situated over here. We're going to move over to Maricopa County.
Yep, that's where I live, Maricopa.
Oh, here we go, Scotty. $140,000 in gold coins stolen from a stagecoach in which 6 people were massacred in 1871, about 9 miles west of Wickenburg, is believed buried very near the holdup scene. The robbery was supposed to be an inside job, with only the $140,000 and shovel missing from the stage, even though other treasures and valuables were on board. Lawmen found the shovel lodged between some rocks about 300 yards from the exact massacre site, which is today marked by a monument. One source placed this treasure north of present Highway 60, and it says -70, on a dry mesa near an arroyo between two hills in a wash. It has never been recovered.
You know what's really bad is because if they got a monument there now, you can't dig anywhere around it. I'm telling you, anything around here that's got a monument, off limits. If it's an Indian reservation, it's like I think it was Why Gold said something about the Indian reservation. You can't dig on the Indian reservations. You can't dig around the monuments. You can't do none of that stuff.
So them things will be lost forever.
Yep.
Well, in Navajo County, how far are you from there, Scott?
Navajo County?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be, I think, that's going to be past Gila County and Coconino. You're looking. That's going to be your northeast of the corner, because there's Navajo and then the Apaches right next to it county.
Well, around 1880, two prospectors named Merrick and Mitchell found an extremely rich silver deposit in Monument Valley, south or southwest from today's Mitchell Butte, and within 1 day's travel of Bluff and possibly near Train Rock. The two men were killed by Indians while camped at the base of Mitchell Butte with a pack train loaded with rich ore. The site, called the Pish-La-Key Mine by the Indians, is on today's Navajo Indian Reservation within 3 or 4 days' horseback ride to the northwest of the old Golding Trading Post.
So if that was a 3 or 4 day horse ride, that's going to be like an hour in a car.
Yeah, probably.
Or 30 minutes as the crow flies?
Yeah.
As the crow flies, you got it.
Well, in Pima County, in 1869, John Sterling found almost solid silver boulders so large they had to be broken into smaller pieces to load them on his burro. The ledge from which they came was never found and remains lost in the area a few miles east-southeast of GT, I guess it's Gun Site.
The Gunite?
Gun Site?
Gun Site. Yeah, Gun Dash Site.
I've never heard of that. But
east-southeast of, in parentheses, says GT, capital G, capital T.
Shit, I don't know. Wonder if he did a YouTube video on that monster silver nugget.
You know what? Have you guys ever seen raw silver?
Yeah.
You know, I would have walked before I seen it. I would have walked by that stuff 1,000 times and never would have picked it up.
See, you got to study your ores.
It does. Yeah, it does not shine silver.
No,
it looks like a gray crap rock.
It looks like gray rock. Yeah, it's what it looks like. I got a piece sitting right here on my desk. Actually, it's weird looking. You would never know that's silver. It's like
it should be. It's kind of fragile, isn't it? Like it'll break apart really easy.
Yeah, it's strange. It's strange, to say the least.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I got a piece right here. Pretty cool.
We're going to go to Pinal County. I guess that's how you pronounce it, Pinal.
Pinal.
Pima. Yeah, Pima County.
No, Pinal. P-I-N-A-L.
No, it's Pinal County.
Pinal
County. Okay. The lost Jesus treasure, worth an estimated $6 million, is located in the Superstitions. The hoard, possibly in 3 tunnels leading to 3 mines, were secreted when the priests were expelled in 1767.
Okay.
Oh, I know where the Superstitions are, and let me tell you, that thing's been hunted to death. Literally, because people's died up there looking for the lost Dutchman. and stuff and all that. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
I know. There's been a lot of history on that.
Mm-hmm.
In Santa Cruz County, the Spanish silver mine La Mina del San Pedro, one of the 8, Tucumcari mission mines. Yeah, Tucumcari.
Is it Tucumcari?
Mission mine?
Maybe.
Huh?
That sounds right, Scott. Tucumcari.
Yeah.
To what Dennis is saying.
The mission mines, I'll just call it that, lies on the east slope of Tatasco Mountains, 4 or 5 miles west of Old Tubac. The ore assayed $4,000 to the ton.
Wow.
A hoard of silver plates is also stored with this lost mine, both of which have never been recovered.
Can you imagine that per ton? Oh,
that's yes.
Crazy.
That is a. I've got 2 more here to go. In Yavapai, is that right? Did I pronounce that right, Scott?
Yeah.
Yavapai County. While en route from Dairy Mountain to Prescott and near Smith Canyon in 1905, Chalmer Harper accidentally discovered a rich pocket of gold ore. He concealed the site, took as much of the ore as he could carry, and went to Prescott, where he learned that he was very ill and did not have long to live. He told a brother of the find and how to reach the spot, and shortly afterwards he died. The brother went to Smith Canyon and made a search, but failed to find the deposit, and thinking his dead brother was mistaken, searched other canyons in the area, but all without success. Harper's mine has yet to be found.
Wow. Another one.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's funny? Because there is a lot of mines in, we call it Yavapai, but it's Yavapai. But there is a lot of mines that are actually been opened, and then like a landslide closes them down, and nobody even knows that they're there because they're behind maybe 12 feet of dirt.
Yeah, that's right. You wouldn't even know.
But the last one that I have is in Yuma County. Says James Hurley was grub staked by a Parker storekeeper to prospect the area around Black Mountain to the southeast. Hurley came across an old wagon half buried in the sand and a skeleton. Aboard the wagon were 15 rotted sacks of rich gold ore of a peculiar color. He packed out what he could carry, which was smelted out to $1,800 in gold. Hurley searched the area for 5 years, trying to locate the source of odd-colored rock, but failed. He died believing that it came from Black Mountain.
Black Mountain, huh?
Yep.
I've never heard of Black Mountain, but I know the Chocolate Mountains are down there, but you can't dig that because it's a bombing range now, but I never heard of Black Mountain.
Maybe back then it was Black Mountain.
Yeah.
Now it's a bombing range, so you still can't dig there. So
No. Like there's a lot of people. There's stories about the Chocolate Mountains having a lot of gold in it, but you can't get in there because, like I said, the military uses it as a bombing range now.
Sure, it's probably loaded with gold. And Dennis, Nick said 12 fly poop and 1 scoop so far. Okay.
Hey, that's a start. That's good in 1 scoop.
That's right. So he's working the material. So just pass.
He better do it again. So, but anyway, that's what we have.
All right.
On this week's Lost Treasure. And remember, when you're prospecting in Arizona, it can be very rewarding. But common sense, however, concerning desert survival, like including roads, heat, lack of water, and poisonous snakes, should not be taken lightly.
Yep. If you don't know, don't go.
So prospecting on like Indian reservations and recreation areas, national parks, monuments, make sure you get prior permission from administrating agencies before you do any of that.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I want to ask Scott about this buried treasure in Arizona.
What one?
It's a lifetime supply of OxyClean.
Oh. Did you hear that one, Scott?
Yeah, I heard it.
The elusive OxyClean treasure.
Yeah, Jaron said, Scott, are you familiar with the OxyClean treasure? A lifetime supply was buried in Arizona.
I'll start a cache.
Get out there and start hunting it.
I had to throw that in there. Good job, Jaron.
Yep, start hunting.
I was waiting for the right time to do it. So.
Oh, that was it. Good job. Scott's all on
I like this because White Gold said something about the Lost Dutchman's mine, and then you got the Nugget Brain. He's saying that's why they're keeping it for it's for the government, and that's it. You guys will find this really funny because we talked about this, but if you take a map of all the BLM land over here in the West Coast, and you lay a see-through map of all the gold fields, you're going to find out that the BLM has every one of the gold fields under their management lands.
Sure, they wanted them all.
Yep.
That's the whole thing. The government wants to control all the gold. So they want all that land that's got gold on it. Yep. Guaranteed. There.
Yep.
Hey, the phone lines are open, right?
Oh, gosh, yeah. As far as I know, they are. They look like
somebody earlier
Give us a
wanted to
call.
call in. They said the phone lines were closed. So the phone lines are open.
419-520-7574.
Looky there. Dennis knowed that number right on top of his head. Right quick and in a hurry. Yeah, they're open. They look to be anyway.
Yeah, so if somebody wants to call in, go ahead and call in.
Yeah. Yeah, I
wish somebody would call in about this, the thing, Jared, or WY Gold.
Uh-huh.
I guess he must have been at that outing this weekend. I wish somebody would call in about that outing and see how it was. And I know Kathleen and them will talk about it next week, probably.
Yeah, they'll talk about it
Wednesday. But I was just wondering how it was and if they planted stuff, or did you guys just have an area that you did, or did they plant stuff that you find, or
Yeah, I think Weigold said that he was actually Kevin helped him out a lot on the metal detecting stuff because Kevin was there.
Nice. Yep.
And I know he met Kathleen and Shad. He said he gave him some unicorn candy or something. I don't know.
Well, speaking of unicorn candy, don't forget to tune in Tuesday night to Ed, Jess, and Dano on their Tuesday night hangouts over there on their YouTube channel at 8 o'clock every Tuesday night Eastern Standard Time. This week their guest, I believe, is Paleo Joe, if I'm not mistaken. So go ahead and check them out. Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Let's see if they can hear us. All right. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello.
You can hear me.
Yep, now we can hear you.
This is Weigold.
Hey, how are you, buddy?
There he is.
Great.
So
just listening to you guys.
So you went to that outing this weekend, that Nugget Shooters outing?
Yes, I did.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, a lot of people got there about Thursday, Friday, and they went off to do their own things. They went prospecting on each claims that they were members with, and I just went off to areas where Bill said, "This is where it's perfect for you to go. Don't worry, you're not going to get in trouble." That kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, I had a blast.
Okay.
It was a very interesting way of me getting there and leaving, but that's another time. But yeah, Kevin Hoagland was there. He was helping a lot of people out with their detectors. He talked about the Lobo, and that's one of his machines that apparently he loves the best, and is unhappy at why they went out of business. But yeah, he was very helpful. Bill Southern, you gotta thank him, man. This was pretty cool. There were a lot of people this time. They said that the attendance was like triple or something like that.
Right.
And
that's cool. That's good.
Now,
go ahead.
Now, Rich was wondering, did they do any like seeded hunts, or was it just hunting for gold and that's it?
everybody just went off to go do their thing, and then they had a little get-together on Saturday. And they had this setup area where you can try out the Gold Monster 1000 or the SEC 2300 and the Equinox 800, where they would vary some targets, and then they had other targets on the surface mixed with all the different irons. And of course, the ground out there is, it's hot.
Right. Right.
So,
I know what you're talking about. Cool. But you had a good time. You get to meet Shad and Kathleen?
yes, I did.
Awesome. Good. Did you do any detecting with them, or?
No, they were off scouting for locations to hunt.
Okay.
When I, I went out and found the never-ending sea of bullets.
Oh, you must have been looking where Scott goes.
Yep, that's pretty much the truth. It's bullet heaven out there.
So you didn't
I found a couple camping dumps and took a couple souvenirs with me, and I found a nice little purple bottle intact on the surface. I was amazed.
Oh,
So,
wow, cool.
I
did
seen
a
the
lot.
picture you posted on the site. They look pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of
So
hiking and exploring out there, and
So you found a pocket of lead, right?
And ravines, and you get a lot.
Yeah. Did anybody find any gold that you're aware of?
I know people were finding gold.
Oh,
Yes,
they
They
were?
were finding gold.
Okay, cool. Good. Well, man, we're good. And now, was this kind of like a fundraiser or something like that too at the same time, this outing, or?
Well, during the event, they had a potluck dinner where you go and bring in your own food to share and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And they were doing a raffle to raise money for AMRA.
Oh, okay.
And last year they raised $1,400.
Right.
So they beat that this year.
Right.
And last I heard, it was $2,700 that they raised.
Oh, wow. Very good job,
Nice.
guys. Very nice. Way to go. That's cool.
Got to thank Debbie from Mind Lab for. I didn't get a chance to see the Vanquish. I wanted to, but I ran out of water last night, and I was like, I got to go.
Right.
I don't want to be stuck out here with no water.
No.
Even though I could probably have some people, and they wouldn't have no problems with that. I mean,
Right.
Everybody there was friendly.
Oh, that's good, man. Well, I'm glad you got to go. I know you were saying that you wasn't sure if you'd get to go, and at least you got to make it to it, so that's good. And
Yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm bummed I didn't make
You
it.
didn't see
I
Scott.
wanted to go, but we just had too much stuff conflicting.
Oh, don't worry. I accept your apology, Scott.
there, see, Scott, you're forgiven. It's all good in the land of Skull.
I wanted to make it feel like the old timers did. Tried to get out there on foot. So I kind of cheated by taking Uber out there first, but on my way back out into Phoenix,
Uh-huh.
I was hooked.
Man, well, I'm glad you got to go. I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun, and I would like to try it again.
Yep. Well,
I'm hoping to become a GPAA member, and
there you go.
maybe hopefully raise enough money to be a AMRA member so I can have someplace to really prospect.
Right. No, that would be a real good idea if you can, for sure. Definitely. Well, man, thank you, buddy, for calling and letting us know. And I'm
thank
sure
you.
Wednesday when Kathleen and Shad's back, we'll be talking all about it. So,
Hey,
Yeah.
well, I go to. Did they have any newbies? Did they have a lot of newbies that were out there just starting out metal detecting, or is it just pretty much a lot of the metal detectors that's been doing it for a while?
I couldn't really understand what he was saying.
I said, did they have a lot of newbies, like new starter outs, or did you just have everybody that's always they've been metal detecting half their lives?
Well, there were a lot of people that came out there that never. I know one fellow came out there and bought a gold monster for his first time, and they gave him pointers and helped him out, and he went out, found bullets. But yeah, there was quite a few people out there that were newbies.
That's pretty cool. That's great.
They also had like two other outings out there, the Roadrunners, and then there was one other one I don't remember. But
right.
yeah, it was a busy weekend there.
Nice. Well, that's cool. It sounds like they had a good turnout, and like everybody had a good time, man. That's what it's about. So, like I said, glad you got to make it to it, buddy. And Yeah. So, thanks. All right. Well, we'll let you go. Thank you for calling in again.
All right.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Have a good one.
All right. Bye, buddy. There you go, Rich. And like
What's
you
this?
said,
I've been hearing about this Vanquish. What did MindLab come out with a new detector?
I don't know, dude. You got me. I'm not a detector guy, so I don't keep up with it. They probably did.
They do come out with a new detector?
Did mine?
You're saying MindLab?
Yeah. Did they? Are you aware of it, Rich?
I saw there's new ones that just come out.
I honestly do not know. You know? I don't know. Somebody in the chat room should know. You know? Did MindLab come out with a new detector? What's it called, Dennis? The Vanquish? Is that what you said?
Something, but yeah, it seemed like I seen a picture, and it had one of the big, blow-up things, and it said Vanquish on it. It was on, the...
Well, I just know the Equinox 800s and all that, and MindLab Gold Monster.
Oh, yeah. Wide Gold said, yeah.
I don't know of any other newer ones.
Oh, no. Wide Gold said the new Vanquish to match the Garrett Ace series.
Oh, okay. So they did come out with a new one.
Yeah. Pre-orders already taken. So.
Wonder how much those are.
Oh, my gosh. You could just imagine.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be like buying an iPhone 11.
Well, if it's to compete with the Garrett Ace series, it should be around the same price, right?
Yeah, it should be smaller because the Garrett Ace series, that's not really for gold at all. That's just for relics.
It's like $400 or $500, isn't it?
I think.
Yeah,
so.
Anywhere from $250, $350, $400. Yeah.
And Brian said the MindLab is supposed to be coming out with the Vanquish, supposed to be a better low-end detector, under $500.
Yep, I figured that. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Because the Equinoxes are like $900. The Monsters are like almost $900.
Jeez, Louise, that's expensive. But if you
Yes,
do a lot
it
of
is.
detecting, I mean, it's not. Look at the price of a dredge, right? You know what I mean? So you got to look at it like that. If you're into detecting, that's not a bad price. So I do not know. So interesting. So let me see where we at. So we had Dennis did his Lost Treasures. Let's see, Rich did Cooley's Corner. I think we've covered about everything tonight. What do you guys think? Anything I've forgotten?
No. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and inbox me.
That's right, for Cooley's
Send me an
Corner.
inbox there.
And yeah, Nick, when you get done panning through that stuff at least 3 times, post a picture.
Yeah.
Well, he's friends with me on Messenger. He can send me a picture through there, too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was just one scoop, he said, so. So he's probably got a ways to go, right?
Oh, yeah, he does.
Yeah, so hopefully he sends you a picture of that and all that jazz.
It's not easy to pan, I'll tell you that much.
No, it's probably not.
No.
It's not.
Nope. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Don't forget to join us Wednesday for West Coast Wednesday, right here on Prospector Radio at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll be here. Scott will be here. I don't know, Dennis, you'll probably be working. And Rich?
Wednesday. It all depends. I don't go until midnight, but it all depends if I got to work overtime or not.
Oh,
so I don't know.
should be here.
Okay, Rich will be here, and hopefully Dennis and the Biffles should be back. So.
Yeah, just remember to call me on the phone next Wednesday because I'm at the house now, so I can be on the computer. But I will be back up there Wednesday.
Gotcha, brother. Will do. All right. Well, we want to thank you all again, and until Wednesday, I guess we're out of here. Have a great week, everybody.
Good night, gold diggers.
Good night, gold diggers.
Good night, everybody.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.